Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. And listen. Today we're talking about the great, the mighty, the wonderful Nobara. Spoilers alert. Nobara's back. Now, a while ago, like a very long time ago, we predicted that Nobara is probably going to be back. And then later on, because nothing was happening, because Gege loves doing this, he just leaves it over there. And then randomly it happens. We talked about Nobara and Maki and how Maki had taken her role. And now it turns out, no. Nobara's role is still intact. She came back and did Resonance. The mighty Resonance. And I told y'all that that's a move that can affect Sukuna. I said that the fight would be easier if Nobara was there. Because Resonance can bypass anybody's durability as long as you have blood or a piece of that person's body. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nobara can hit herself with a nail and affect you. Right? Like a doll, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's sensational with that. And obviously, she used that thing right here against Sukuna. Now, because in the previous chapter, we saw that suspended finger. Right? Or was that in the... Yeah. We knew about the suspended finger. We're like, we thought Yuta ate the last finger. And it turns out there's another finger. And we're like, wait, what is that finger? Like, what's going on? Like, why is that finger being showcased? Like, what's going on? And then, boom, Resonance to the motherfucking dome. Oh, she's back, baby. Yes, the trio is coming back. But that means one thing. Remember Gege a while ago said either Yuji will survive and everybody would die, or Yuji would die and everybody will survive. Well, yeah, this basically confirms Yuji gonna die, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Yuji's gonna die, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yuji's dead, cuz, you know what I'm saying? He gonna sacrifice himself to save Megumi and to save and to kill Sukuna. And this is important because we know, it keeps repeating it, we know that for Yuji, his goal is to die with a lot of people surrounding him. If everybody dies and he survives, then nobody is there to surround him when he dies, right? But if he dies and everybody survives, then what we said is true. Everybody can surround him. This also kind of begs the question about Gojo's survival. Now, Gojo's body has been healed now, right? So if he didn't fully pass on yet, he could still possibly return with a binding vow if he's still in that afterlife phase having a chat, because Yuta healed that. And for Yuta, I think his return is the simplest of them all. Rika will absolutely sacrifice herself, the rest of herself, in order to bring Yuta back. Now, Yuta will lose probably a lot of his abilities, or some of it, or maybe the conditions of it, but I think he'll be back. So I think that's what's probably going to happen. I think Nobara coming back means that Yuji will probably die, which is a shame, but also great. Because Yuji's dream, Yuji will get the send-off that he wants, or that his grandpa wanted for him, and will fulfill his role as not just a cog, but a pivotal piece of the machine, an engine, the one that was needed. And it's beautiful, man. Nobara is coming back as well. I think it's great. I know it feels kind of all of a sudden, but that's kind of the whole point, right? Because there was a lot of foreshadowing for a comeback, but then it kind of stopped, right? We also know that, when Gojo, there's actually a few hints. When Gojo died, he thought about the students, never thought about Nobara. So he obviously believed that Nobara would make it. For some reason, he must have believed that she'll make it through this shit. And he never talked about her in the, because I think that's basically the reason. She also wasn't in the airport, right? If she had died, she would have been in the airport, which was, I think, the biggest hint of them all, because everybody he cared about that died were there, right? That's why Megumi wasn't there either, because he wasn't dead. And we know that Toji was only there because of the impact he left on Gojo, right? So everybody with an impact was there. So why was Nobara not there? Boom. Because she was never dead. She was maybe in a coma, maybe out, but she was not dead. And so she came back with a resonance, baby. Smacked Sukuna with the hammer. Excuse me, I'm so excited. I love the plan. I love how many layers to the plan there is. I love how complex it is. I love how many contingencies on top of contingencies they had. And I love that Yuji didn't know about it because of, the resonance between, what I'm saying, himself and Sukuna, and how both of them can kind of garner information from each other. Now, Yuji doesn't necessarily know how to do that with Sukuna, but Sukuna's, mastery of the soul allows him to kind of pick up details from Yuji because of how long the bodies stayed together for. And then the fact that Yuta used Yuji's finger to get Sukuna's curse energy and technique because his body was so soaked into it, and he hadn't yet transformed it into his very own application of it, right? Is beautiful. Is beautiful, but it also showcases why sometimes his moves are weaker. So Utah's, that is, if he has to take, like, the bigger the piece he takes, the stronger the technique he can use out of it. That's basically the condition, and now we know the condition of Utah's technique as well. It was an amazing chapter. This is just the spoilers at the moment, but oh my god, I can't wait for the chapters. Been your boy Supreme J the God. Make sure you let the comments subscribe.